Question 11. A sequence of patterns uses grey squares and white squares. Here are the first 4 patterns. Work out the total number of squares in pattern 100. So for this pattern we have 6 squares, then 9 squares, then 12 squares, and then 15 squares. Let's find out the nth term of this pattern. So from 6 to 9 we're adding 3, same from 9 to 12, and the same from 12 to 15. So we know that our nth term is going to include 3n. Let's compare it to this sequence. If n is 1, then 3n is 3, then 6, then 9, then 12. We need to see what we need to add from this to get to this sequence. And in every case, we need to add 3. So the nth term of this sequence is 3n plus 3. Now that we have it, we can use it to work out the total number of squares in pattern 100. That's 3 times 100 plus 3, which is 303 squares. For question 11b, complete the number machine for the sequence of patterns. The number of grey squares multiplied by something, add something, is the number of white squares. We can see in each pattern we have a grey square here and white squares on either side of it. In this case, we've got double the number of white squares on either side of the grey squares. There's 3, and then there's 6 white squares. 4 grey squares, and there's 8 white squares. So the first thing we're doing is doubling the number of grey squares. Then we have these 3 squares at the top that are always white, so we need to add on 3 white squares.